Okay. All right. I think we're live. All right. So let's see. Yes. Okay. Well, the plan today is that we are going to be drawing some Dungeon Meshi characters. Yeah. I apologize in advance if I call it Delicious in Dungeon. It's a bad habit of mine. Yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully, if all things go to plan, I will be using these drawings in a later video. Also, I'm really sorry that my tracking isn't great. Hopefully, my laptop won't completely overheat. At some point, I'm going to need to get a desktop. Anyway, I think it's time to get rolling. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right, so I guess I should probably pull up a reference. Yeah. All right. So first things first. First thing that I want to do is I was going to start with Laios. I prepared, as you can see, I prepared some guides for getting started for some of the characters. I didn't manage to get through all of them. We'll see how many we get through today. Fun fact, all the work that I've been doing, I've managed to give myself carpal tunnel syndrome. So we'll see how long I can draw at a given time. Oh, this stream is already going to be interesting. Okay, here's our bit for Laios. All right, I'm just gonna straight up paste my reference of Laios into my art program, so it's easier for me to see. Here we go. Here, this is going to be the reference I'm going to be using. All right, let's get rolling. First things first, zoom right in. I'm just doing the upper bodies. I always forget that Laios actually has darker hair on the back of his head. Okay, I'm going to create a new folder for Laios, so it's easier to separate this out when I need to. So, let's start with the lines. Here we go. All right. Hopefully everything's working okay. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Oh, I accidentally put on my shawl. How do I forget which thing turns my shawl off, so I'm probably turning on all kinds of toggles. There we go. There we go. We don't need that. I don't need to be shiny and have all that stuff on. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn this to a lower transparency so it's not in the way. And let's get rolling. The author of Dungeon Meshi is really good at drawing different face and body types, and I want to get better at that, so maybe this will be a good exercise for that. Laios has kind of a wide chin, like that pointy anime chin that you see a lot, and he's got a very strong jawline. So, it's going to be kind of trial and error. He's got a really nice nose as well. I'm a big fan of that nose. It is very pronounced. I don't want to have him smiling. But when he smiles, it feels kind of like he needs to have a big, kind of manic smile almost, you know? It's also got thick eyebrows, which I am, of course, a fan of. I have kind of thick eyebrows too, actually, now that I think about it. Right. There we go. He's got these lines in his eyebrows. I'm not sure if I necessarily need to include that in my style. His eyes are smaller than the characters that I'm used to drawing, and they really slope off at the top. I feel like, I know this isn't necessarily in Kui's drawings of him, but I get the impression that he has thick eyelids. Does this even look like Laios? Kui just is so good at giving such an distinct look to all our characters that it's like making me anxious about drawing them. Does that even make sense? Yeah, I feel like if he's smiling, it's gotta be a big one. Doesn't really feel like a Laos kind of smile. Oh, so I did actually binge the manga the other day, so I mean, I don't know if the chat's like spoiler free, but I can no longer be spoiled, except I guess for like extra comics. I hope that, did they say they were going to translate the Adventurers Bible? I don't remember. I hope they were. I think that's just Kui's style that the pupils are so far off. This really feels off, though. Maybe it'll look nicer when I add the hair. Might look more like him. I feel like right now this doesn't. Yeah, getting a bit of a stronger jawline in there will help. Maybe that looks a bit more like him. Oh, okay. This is flat. The top of the eyes, or the inner part of the eyelash is flat. And then it slopes down on the outside. We're gonna do every artist's like most feared thing, and we are gonna flip the canvas. I don't know if that helps me figure out what I'm doing. That makes him look not like Laios. Oh, he's got attached earlobes. That's not something I really think about with characters a lot, but that is a thing. Oh, I've got this bad habit of making the mouth and the nose too low. I think I might have made the nose a bit too big as well. That looks a bit, I think that looks better. Maybe, I think if I lower his eyebrow a bit, that might like look a bit better. I've made the fatal mistake of drawing one eye in its entirety before. It's easier and it ends up looking better if you draw both eyes at once. I have made a fatal error. That's okay though. We're gonna make it through. It'll be fine. I don't want him looking up, actually. That almost doesn't feel right. He's got roundish eyes, which is fun. One thing I've noticed about Kui's eyes that threw me off is that they don't really have much shine to them, and I kind of like that. I mean, I'm a big fan of characters with dead fish eyes, is what I like to call them, eyes that don't really have much life in them. So I am a huge fan of that, but I didn't actually notice it until they got to the Golden Kingdom in the dungeon. Does that count as a... Should I be cautious about spoilers? I mean, I'm not going to talk about spoilers for the manga, for sure. That would be unnecessary. But the manga is really good. I really need to reread it because, frankly, I read the manga when I was deeply sleep deprived. Like, I was 2 hours past my bedtime by the time 2.5 hours past my usual bedtime by the time I finished it. So I was definitely not as awake as I probably should have been when I was reading it. Yeah, I think the smile is what's throwing me off. I think the smile is what's making it look not like Laios. That looks a bit better, I think. Okay. It's got some of this deal. His hair is dark. Back. You know, sometimes when you're drawing a character from somebody else, it's hard to tell which parts of their design are like that person's art style and which parts are, well, actual individual characters. Oh shoot, I've still got the canvas flipped. Okay, it looks fine. I think his hairline's a little lower than I put it here. Okay. So it flips to the left. No, and it doesn't flip in. It only flips out. And it kind of comes down, so this part is flat. Or rather, it's shaved. It's shaved in the back. It's fairly short. Oh, and it curls. It curls kind of up and in. Interesting. This is actually the first time I've ever drawn Laios. Maybe I should have, like, practiced before doing this on stream, but you know what? Whatever. It's fine. He looks... I don't know. He looks too young. I think his mouth is also a little more to the side than it should be. He looks cutesy in a way that I feel like he shouldn't be. Send. Oh. Is the audio coming through? Okay, good. It is. At least as far as I can tell. Okay. Come on, Laios, let's do it. Maybe it's because I don't, this isn't as curved in as it should. Oh my gosh, that makes a big difference. Okay. Now it's looking a bit more like him. And his chin is more rounded. Normally I'm just drawing anime character, like more traditionally stylized, more safe-facey anime characters. So this is a lot more I'm thinking a lot harder than usual. I feel like I'm telling on myself or something somehow. So the semester is coming. It's funny, I was like, I'm going to do so much on this channel during the summer, and then I ended up overwhelming myself. You know, like you do. And now I've got to prepare for the semester. I'm teaching a new class, so I've got to get all of that ready. I did some work on it earlier today. I'm not neglecting my duties. I promise. Yeah, my Laios definitely looks younger than he should. What is happening? Not younger. Younger isn't quite the right word. I have a lot to learn. Don't we all? How's it going? What class am I teaching? Let's see. Hey, I am teaching, I'm going to be teaching a research methods class. Oh, that's right. I've been meaning to check out some of your videos. I really need to do that. I will have to do that later this afternoon. Thank you for dropping by. But yeah, I'm going to be teaching research methods. Typically, I teach statistics for behavioral sciences and stuff like that, which is a lot of fun. I mean, the students aren't exactly thrilled that they have to be learning statistics, but I think I kind of get them to enjoy it by the end of the day, or at least tolerate it. Sometimes that's all you can do with a class. Just get people to tolerate it. Yeah, stats are hard. Yeah, the human brain is not wired to think about statistics, is what I tell my students anyway. I do believe that's true. I always struggled a lot with statistics, so I try and make it as painless as possible for my students when I can, because I'm like, I've been there. I was absolutely miserable when I took stats in undergrad. Oh man, good old days. I need to brush up. I want to get better at statistics. I've got a lot to. I've got to get better at teaching regression, because regression's my favorite type of statistics, but I'm not quite there in terms of. I don't think I could teach the theory behind it. But it's definitely the type of statistics that I use the most. I mostly teach t-tests and ANOVA and the more simple stuff, but I feel like that's not as useful these days, because it's kind of, people don't use that as much, at least in my discipline, in psychology. They still use it, of course, but it's not popular. I tried to propose doing a t-test for my dissertation, and my committee wouldn't let me. They're like, yeah, this is the correct test for what you're doing. This is the correct test for your hypothesis and all that, but you shouldn't do a t-test for your dissertation. It will look like you don't know what you're doing. I was like, that's rude. Let me do a t-test. I don't want to just it shouldn't just be about looking smart. It should be about doing a good, simple study design that is also valid, and then testing your hypothesis, whether it makes you look smart. It should be smart. It should be more about being a good design than, being a showing off thing. But I guess your dissertation is kind of supposed to be showing off just a little bit. So whatever. It worked out. Yeah. That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. And I think those tests really, because, regression is just a type of ANOVA. Or, sorry, I got that backwards. ANOVA is a type of regression. So if you understand ANOVA, you're starting to understand what regression is doing, at least as far as, parsing variance and all that good stuff, even if regression's doing it in a more complicated way. Yeah, it would be good if we could have big sample sizes, but it's not always possible to have a big sample size. And does that mean that, you can't ever study the question? No. And in fact, in some cases, having too big of a sample size can be a downside. The whole crud factor thing, where, if you have, millions and millions of participants, oh no, maybe I'm talking statistics too much. But yeah, if you have too many participants, any given correlation, no matter how meaningless, is going to pop out significant. So it's sample size isn't everything. It's how you use it, if you want to put it that way. Oh dear. Yeah, that's a big problem for I don't do neuroscience, but I do know a lot of people who do neuroscience, and those scans are expensive, so having a big sample size, put that on a shirt. It's not the size of your sample, it's how you use it. If I ever do merch. Oh man, if I sold those at a conference, I bet I could make bank. Oh, that would be incredible. Oh no. I mean, I don't want to discount how important sample size is, because if you've only got a sample of 5 people, that's also a problem. But dismissing on sample size alone, especially if it's I've seen people who don't really understand like why sample size is important, dismissing things as like, well, it doesn't have the population. It's a sample. It's not a population, and therefore it is inherently invalid. And it's like, no, that's not how this works. There are people who like sat through an undergrad class and they're like, now I know everything. I can critique everything. I think I need to do some more guidelines. And it's like, for there are rules, or maybe I shouldn't call them rules, but like, we teach people stuff, but there's always like exceptions, and there's always like qualifications, and some research would not be possible if like we said every study needs n of at least 3,000. Like, what if you're studying a really tiny population? Then you're screwed. You're never going to get a sample size that big, That said, I do try and have as big of a sample size as possible, but that is complicated by the fact that, recruiting participants requires a lot of resources, and some people don't have nearly as many resources as other people to recruit participants. I don't have a lot of resources to recruit participants. I really like using archival data, which is helpful, so like if I can get social media data, that's great. But like if I want to run a true experiment, goodness help me, I'm gonna struggle a lot to get a good sample size for that. I'll try, but like what can you do when you don't have funding? It's not part of my job to get funding. It's okay. Don't judge me for not having funding. My main job is teaching. It's not research. Which I thoroughly enjoy. I like teaching a lot. I mean, I like research a lot, but teaching is a lot of fun. Research is a hobby for me. I do want to do more of it, though. But getting the energy to do anything can be hard when you are an academic. Oh, Laios, why don't you look like yourself? Something is horribly wrong. I think I made his face too tall. That's part of it. Sir, what if I just, like, took an inch off of your head? That helps. That helps a lot. Go figure. Alright. He doesn't really have a dip or the cheekbone. Maybe that's part of it. Anyway, back to the lines. This needs to be thinner. I need to look out for more science VTubers. Like, I watch some science YouTubers, maybe not as much as I should, but science VTubers would be fun. Would be fun. Are fun. That's the word I'm looking for. Which is why I need to check out a lot more people. Oh, this connects. I see. I need to take character design lessons from Kui. Her designs are absolutely incredible. I wonder if there's a biology, like a biologist take on Dungeon Meshi. I'm sure there is, somewhere out there. I would love to see that. I'm planning on going to the morality stuff. I have a fair amount of experience with the psychology of morality, and it definitely pops up in Dunmeshi. So that's the angle I'm gonna be going at it from. There's so many things in there. I want to see a political scientist talk about Dunmeshi, but that would have to probably wait until season 2, because that's when a lot of the politics really gets rolling. For now, we're in the dungeon, and that's where we are. Though there definitely is some political science, like, relevant stuff happening in season 1 as well. Just, it's not as prominent as it will be. Wish I had more energy to do stuff. Being an academic is exhausting. Being a human being is exhausting. Not that I'm human, if we're talking lore, but oh, it's fine. We're not talking lore. Oh wait, this is an interesting, not super familiar with how armor works, which is probably evident, but there we come. The curve tool in Clip Studio Paint is my savior, truly. Oh, those are shadows. We uses dark shadows, I see. Took me long enough to figure that out. Okay, that's too low. This is too low. It needs to pointy more. Be more pointy. Da 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 da! I can curve that in a bit more. Okay. I'd never noticed that I leaned my head so much while drawing until literally just now. His eyes are still buggy. Still doesn't look like Laios. I think if I... And then I think his eyebrow a bit more. Take that in a bit. Uh-oh. There we go. Will you teach me your ways? I think actually, I was thinking Laios' eyes were pretty small, but they're bigger than I'm giving them credit for. From up close now, he looks like a bug or something. Okay. I think I'm just going to leave Laios alone right now, because I just cannot get happy with how he looks. So I'm going to move on to the next thing. Which would be Marcel, who is not a thing. Marcel is a lovely elf. That also means I need to decide what hairstyle I want to do for her. She has so many cute hairstyles. It's a lot. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm putting Laios away for now. No, I don't want to save that. Whatever. Laios can stay. Until my computer overheats. Yeah, no, actually, I don't want to risk it. Putting it away. Okay, alright. I'm no longer letting Laios destroy my life. We're going to Marsil. She's got a more typical anime face, which makes her easier to draw for me, because that's mostly what I draw. I really need to branch out more. It is good to get outside of your comfort zone in terms of art. Actually, in a lot of cases, but I'm not a very adventurous person. I know that recently Kui answered a bunch of questions about her characters and was like, yeah, I wouldn't actually, I'm a picky eater, so I wouldn't actually eat anything that they eat in Dungeon Meshi. And I'm like, yeah, I feel you. All right. Marcel also has very round eyes. I don't usually draw characters with eyes quite as round as a lot of these. Maybe that's why this is giving me some trouble. She doesn't have very big eyelashes. That's nice. Well, I don't know if it's nice. It is what it is. I think that's kind of nice, though. She's not just like... I also really like that she wears pants under her skirt. That's a bit too small. It makes her look more scared and startled than I want her to, which I guess isn't out of character. And she's got that cool thing where her pupils are white instead of black. I think that's a really cool look. Not gonna lie. Set a little further back in her. There's kind of like some temptation to get rid of, make one of her upper lashes like a lot thinner than the other one because of that one episode where she's paralyzed and her eyelash breaks off. That was pretty good. Also tempting to give her eye bags. I'm a sucker for characters with eye bags. And I feel like Marcel deserves some eye bags. She has earned them. I know she has them a couple times in the series, but I think she needs more. There we go. I am quite pleased with this. Okay. She's got... Okay, it goes both over and under her ears at the same time. That's interesting. I guess ears like that would kind of get in the way. When I was little, I really wanted pointy ears. I guess I have them. Oh, maybe my childhood dreams are coming true. I was just super into elves as a concept as a kid. And I'm definitely not an elf, but hey, we got the pointy ears anyway. That's got to come down further than that because it hooks under her ear. There we go. Oh. I got it, and then I ungot it. Such is the way. This is how it is. When you draw, it is a cycle of shenanigans. Her ears are way perkier than I remember. Which is very cute. And her hairstyle is mildly ridiculous. Oh, okay. It goes down into the braid, so it's not hooking under her ear. It's hooking into the braids that she has. Interesting. I feel like I'm understanding more and more. Man, imagine cosplaying Marcel and trying to make a wig of this. It's good that she changes her hairstyle so often so that cosplayers can just go like, meh, I will pick whichever one. Of course, knowing cosplayers, they will just make life harder for themselves regardless, but... She's so cute. Marcel is so cute. I relate to her a lot. It's clearly the honor student mentality. I would absolutely be the neurotic one on the team who got fussy about what they would eat. That would absolutely be me. I mean, that's another part of being an academic. Academics are unhinged. So Marcel being like she is does not surprise me at all. Eyes are rounder than I'm giving her credit for. That's part of what makes her so cute. wonder how many characters I'll get through on this. Maybe it would have been better if I colored them as I went as well, so I could at least have something to show for it when we got done, but I find it's often easier to just do all the coloring at once. At least that's my experience anyway. Maybe I should just draw this through the ear and then erase the bits. And redraw some of the ear so it looks more like hers. They stick up a bit. Just super cute. Like that. That's a bit more accurate. Oh dear. Sorry, there's sirens outside. Hopefully you can't hear that, but... Oh dear. I hope everything's okay. I hope nobody is hurt or anything. So I guess if people were okay... Well, I guess that, there's not always... People can call emergency services for things that aren't actually emergencies, which, while not ideal, is perhaps more comforting than there being an actual emergency. Should definitely have drawn the hair first before. That's okay, that's easily fixed. Just erase and redraw. Not a big deal. Drawing braids. Not my passion. But it is kind of fun in its own way. Okay, that's what's throwing me off. I think this needs to come out a bit more. That looks better. I think I made the face too thin at the top. And I can move this eye. Where's my cursor? I always lose my cursor. There we go. It's so hard to see. I don't. Oh. That's looking a bit better. Her hairline is way too high. Oh dear. Maybe more like here, I think. Better. Definitely got songs stuck in my head. Do, 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 do. This line art is a mess. This is what happens when I do only really vague guidelines under it. That's okay, we're having fun. I'm having fun at least. I hope that you're having fun too. What's going on with her hair in the back? Oh, that's cute. I mean, what did I expect? But okay. Some of her hair is going up. Some of it is pulled in over here. She's got a little bow. Or not even really a bow, just kind of a tie. And just a loop of hair. This needs to go up. It ties in there. Ties up here. Starts just above her ear. And it goes around this way. Like that. Goes down pretty far, huh? I mean, I guess it would have to because her hair is pretty long. And I'll stop here. It might be a bit shorter than it actually is. I think I made the braid tighter than it actually is. As long as people recognize her, that's okay. Right? It's amazing to me that Marcel feels like has the energy to do her hair so much. I get that like hair is important to magic, but oh my gosh, I barely have the energy to put this bead on my feather. Like, oh man, one day I'm gonna show up to stream and the bead will be gone because I just couldn't even just do like the most basic hairstyling for the day. If I had energy, would I even be me? Maybe not. The little mantle is so cute. It looks comfy. I want a mantle. Wait, I could just. Right? There we go. Nice and cozy. Right. Oh, it is pretty hot out. It's a bit too hot, I'd say, to be wearing this. I'm very weak. Hot weather. Ooh, so sad. Like this should flare out a bit more. Why did I lock myself into a situation where I have to draw hands? This is this was a questionable thing to do with this. Okay. I guess I could revise my rough sketch, but no, we're committed. We're doing it. Uh-oh. Sorry. Okay. We're doing it. We're drawing the hands. Knuckle. Knuckle. Finger. Index finger. Middle finger. Would you look at that? That's a hand that's barely there. She is holding ambrosia here. Perfect. I like that its name is Ambrosia. That's a cute name for a staff. Not that I'm like an expert in naming staffs or know many named staffs, but it's cute. Somewhere out there, my cat is like, why is this happening? Unusual. are happening in the household. Certainly not the best hand I've ever drawn, but serviceable. You can tell it's a hand. That's the important bit. I think, though, actually... Alright. Either way. These are just quick drawings. I think her arm would go back this way. Okay, there's Marcel. Laios, you haunt me. Haunt me. When will I be happy? You. Can't tell if that's making it better or not, but we're gonna do our best. Verify. That's looking better. I think I could probably... Oh my gosh, I've been doing this in the Laios folder. No. I mean, that's easy to fix. Let's take this. I cut it, and then I paste it. There she is. Wait, what was I doing? Shoot. I was doing something, and I was very confident that it would help things. And then, oh, yeah, right, okay. I know what I was doing. I think her chin is a bit off. So we gotta move her chin a bit. There we go. This bit where her hair comes in. There. Cutie cute cute. All right, next we have Chilchuck. Papa. He's so cute. I'm like mad about it. Okay. Get rid of the Marcel ref for now. And come back to that when I'm painting. Or, well, when I'm coloring. I'm not going to do any... I'm probably just going to cell shade this. There we go. Here's our Chilchuck reference. Wow. Okay. I'm going to make sure this time. This is the Chilchuck folder. His lines in here. I keep them all separated. It'll make it easier later when I need to use these images individually for this video that I will hopefully get around to making one day. Got a very, very round face. Ah. Yeah, I should just draw his eyes first. Everybody here has sort of rounded eyes. It's interesting. Kind of the opposite of how I tend to design characters. Is it just me, or does he have thick eyebrows? I should look up a different reference of him. Thicker, I guess. Hmm. And his eyes are just straight up dark. They don't really have. Can't even see the pupil because they're so dark. Mm-hmm. Anything that I can fix? Anyway, okay. Back to. I think I need a different reference of Chilchuk. I don't think this one is helping me very much. No offense, this reference. This one, I think, though, will probably serve me a bit better. Okay, there we go. What have I done? There we go. Okay. I wonder if I should have Chilchuk smiling. I think he's funny because of how, like, snarky he gets. So it is tempting to have him looking snarky. But, you know, you know how it is. We like to see characters, we like to see the favorite aspects of our favorite characters and all that. Hmm? Hmm. Eyebrows tend to be two shapes, kind of. At least that's how it's easiest for me to draw them. There's like the longer piece that's immediately above the eye, and then there's the thinner bit that's not. It's the first time I've drawn an ear so big. It is kind of funny to me how, like in Dungeon Meshi, most of the races are really distinct, but I do have trouble telling apart half-foots and gnomes sometimes. Like I can tell them apart, but they seem more similar to each other than most other races do. Like they both have really big ears and small statures. I guess the gnomes look a little less childlike, and their ears are higher on their heads. That's the main thing I do to recognize them. Okay. Oh, so in the anime you can see the color of his eyes. It's kind of interesting, comparing and contrasting. Looks like my internet went out for a second there. It's been a bit spotty lately. Not really sure why. It's a good line, but it's in the wrong spot. Then he's got little hair doinks. I think he has roughly 3 hair doinks, one for each daughter, or whatever. I think I'm only going to draw 2. I don't know if that's like something they keep consistent track of. All right. I'm planning to stream till the next hour hits. So, I want to see how far I can get. He's got this cute muffler. Looks really cozy. I want one. I don't think It's hard for me to wear scarves because the feathers on my neck. Gets really uncomfortable real fast. Scarves or mufflers or whatever. That's why I try to leave my neck as open as possible. There we go. I like his ears a bit too far out. Gotta bring his ear back in. There. That looks better. I think. I think it looks better. Hopefully I'm right. Hopefully you agree. There we go. That's a bit comfier. I think I might have made his muffler too small. It's gotta goes wider over his shoulders. Trying to understand what's going on here. Okay, like, if anyone's more familiar with Dungeon Meshi than I am, like, I've read the manga and stuff, and maybe I missed something because again, like, I finished the manga at like 2 a.m., and that is very late for me. I stayed up well past my bedtime because I just was binging it. Did Chilchuk give his, like, over one of his, like, vests, or whatever these are called? Did he give it to Izutsumi? Did he? Is that a thing that he did? 'Cause I've always thought that Izutsumi's... I know, maybe this sounds like a really stupid question right now. Like, maybe this is very self-evident, but I haven't taken a really close look at it yet, so I'm pretty sure this thing that he wears over his outfit is the same thing that Izutsumi wears later in the story and in her rep sheet. Why is it so hard to just not lean my head to the side when I'm drawing? Why is that something that I struggle with so much? That is such a weird problem to have. Do other people do this? They just cock their head to the side all the time as they draw? Is that, like, what they do? It looks wrong. Okay. Focusing. I'm focusing. I'm so focused. You would not believe how focused I am. Yeah, these are more rectangles, so they're taller than they are wide. It's patchworkness. There we go, there's a Chilchuck. La, 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 la. Maybe I should color the top row. No, I'll draw Senshi at least. I'll do Senshi next, and then I'll start coloring. I want to at least get like the main party down. See, here's where we're at so far. Senshi, done Meshi. There we go. Oh, his nose is fun. I like his nose. He's a very good nose. Okay. Come on. Give me the reference. Okay. There he is. Yes, it's Senshi. Hello, Senshi. Here you are. All right. Okay. New folder. This is the Senshi folder. And we're going to give his hands. There we go. Wow, the guides on this are really not even close. Maybe I should revisit that first. Okay. I was doing the guides from memory, so hopefully, please excuse me for how far off they are from what Senshi actually looks like. Okay. Got his lovely mustache. Do-do-do. And this slopes up. That's cute. His ears can't come out because they're stuck behind the helmet. And his eyes are real big. And then there's nothing going on here. Oh, do-do-do. I will not be the shapeshifter victim. I will not forget the holes in Senshi's helmet. Laios does. Okay. And behind that, he's got kind of a round dome shape. This goes straight up. Boop, boop. He's got his little boop, 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 boop. And then he's got his horns. A nice little swoop to them. You don't see horns like that super often. Okay. I don't want to make him smiling. That, and then far out does his hair go? It's almost like a cape. It's pretty impressive. I think I need to make his head wider. Okay. All right, now I think we're ready to do the lines for Senshi. Okay. Just a very, very slight curve on the bottom of the helmet. A bit more so on the sides. It goes under the mustache. Show that it's got some depth to it. Okay. Got that hole in there. It's got this smaller one here. Okay. Might just use the circle tool for his eyes. They're very, very round. No, here. I want to go. There we go. That's a bit more like it. Okay. He always looks very startled because of how his face or how his eyes are. That's very silly. He looks wrong without his mustache, doesn't he? I'll get to it. I'll get to it, I promise. Now, I'm hoping this will make him look a little happier. Sort of bunch. I'm tempted to just like draw on his mustache last just to see what it looks like. I bet that would look very strange. Okay. No, that doesn't look nice. Six. It's about 7:30. Planning on going till about 8. I think should be enough at least to get Senshi's line art done and then the flat colors on everybody that I've drawn so far. That's too much. Curve tool is very handy but very fussy. Just right. Yeah, get greedy. All right. Drawing the grooves. And a little sort of scarry thing. Let's see how Senshi without the mustache is looking so far. Wow, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, okay. Okay, buddy, let's give you your mustache. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. Okay. Oh, it's kinda man, using the red for the guidelines make it just look like something is horribly wrong going on here. I can't quite yeah. Senshi ate the wrong kind of mushroom or something like that. I don't know. Alright. When I move the guides away, it'll be fine. My wrist is starting to act. That's unfortunate. Maybe it's more accurate to say that my hand is cramping up. I'm used to the issue being my wrist. I think it's my hand. It's unfortunate that we live in these mortal bodies. Okay. I know technically I still have 2 things to go, but I would like to get some stuff finished on this. So, I'm going to start with coloring the ones that I do have. Start with Senshi, because I already have him here. I'm at least going to get the flat lines down. Probably easiest to just color pick. Ah! Right, I need that and then this as well. Okay. There. Okay, there's Senshi's skin. Hair. Now he's looking more like himself. Armor. Until Kui used markers to color this, which makes color picking a bit more difficult. Oh, I missed some bits that should probably be skin here. Or I guess that could also be hair, actually. I think I'm gonna make it hair. Okay. For now, I'm also going to include those bits in that. Horns next. And the helmet damage, which is just this, but a little lighter. A bit lighter than that. Oh. And then the whites of his eyes. Right. Let's do some cell shading here. I don't know why I suddenly went all Indiana Jones on that. Not really sure how I want his nose to look. Like that? That's how I should be doing. Okay. Then he's got some red. So that's right here. That's actually a little too desaturated. That? No, maybe a bit more. That's a bit more like it. Okay. Hair. Let's do some cell shading on that. Okay. Nothing fancy. She'll be able to cell shade. Maybe I should make the bottom of the beard just. Oh! Too much, too much. That might be a bit too much, yeah. Shave off some of that. Metaphorically, not literally, we're not shaving Senshi's beard. I feel like that would be some sort of crime. It almost feels like that would hurt him somehow. Definitely not the best beard, but we're making it work. There he is. All right. No, wait, I'm not done yet. I'm not even nearly done yet. I've got a lot more to shade on this. Okay, let's get his armor next. Like that trick. Get those little bits. So I guess the light is coming from the right here. Okay, and let's add some highlights in here. All right. Here we go. And horns. Let's see. That to be a bit more red. There we go. I wonder if I should put special lighting on the horns too. I don't get the sense that they're like super reflective. Okay. Get a bit of shading in here. And then, here we go. One down. Okay. Let's see. Maybe I should just go in reverse order and do chill check next. Okay. There we go. Put Senshi away for the time being. Alright, chill check. It is your time. Close off the eyes so I can use the bucket tool. That's what I get. One of these is based on the manga coloring, the other is based on the anime coloring, and that's why the skin tones relatively look off next to each other. Okay. Next comes hair. Oh, gotta get those. Okay. His eyes. Eyes are a really dark brown. Oh no, actually they're not all that dark brown. My favorite kind of shading is shading eyes, so I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, anyway, before I get distracted. Next is the muffler. Here we go. Then his shirt thing. Or vest, or whatever you want to call it. This thing. I have made tactical errors in judgment with this light art. Ah, come on, go! Get paint bucketed. Okay. Undershirt. It's not really an undershirt, it's just his shirt. There we go. There we go. Yum, 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 yum. Okay. Belts and leather accessories. Luckily, all of his leather accessories are the same color, which saves me some trouble. Okay, now I can shade him. Wow, he really doesn't look like himself. Maybe I could put the eye shine bits. I think that would help. Yeah, okay. Anyway. Let's get that shading in there. Yeah, okay, this is helping him look like himself. Awesome. You love to see it. Some highlights in here. Something like that. Okay. This bit next. Got him like kind of backlit. I don't have too much longer as far as streaming's concerned. I'm streaming for another 12 minutes. See how far I can get. Okay. Favorite part, the eyes. Yeah, should he go even a bit darker for the top on there? So that's just kind of how he is. And I'm definitely going to give him some highlights in there. It's my name for eye highlights. Chilchuck definitely doesn't have dead eyes. As much as I like characters with dead eyes. Okay. Then one more thing. Alright, there's Chilchuck done. Got Chilchuck and Senshi done. Well, like Chilchuck doesn't quite look like himself, but we're doing what we can. First time drawing these characters, and I'm going kind of fast on them just to get as many done as I can in this period of time. Okay, Marcel next. Let's see how far I get with her. Hopefully I'll be able to get the flats down for all of them in the next 10 minutes, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to pull that off. Well, it's not like I'm just doing flats. I'm shading as I go. I said I wasn't going to do that. Oh my goodness. That's why I'm running slower than I thought I was. Okay. All right. That's so that was Chilchuck. Now on to Marcel. Okay. So first things first. Skin. Wow, her skin is very pink. Don't really know how else to put it. It's very, very pink skin. Oh, and then this bit here. Next, hair. Her skin got up into her hairline a little bit. Okay. That's fine. We can work with that. Then her braids are causing me a little bit of trouble. That's okay. Haha. There we go. Say eyes next. Eyes are really pretty green. Now that I've done that, I think I'm actually going to get rid of the lines that are... There we go. I just straight out fix this a little. There we go. That's cute. Okay. Just her main outfit next. Okay. Think ribbons. I'd like to do her ribbons next. She's got so many of them. Right. Then her dress. Ambrosia. You should figure out in Clip Studio Paint if there's a way to make layers automatically add under the current layer that you're working on instead of over. That would save me a lot of trouble, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Mouth. And then the whites of the eyes. Oh, her tongue went a little too far. Wait, no, wrong layer. This is... There we go. Luckily that was a wrong layer mistake that didn't actually cause much trouble. 5 minutes left, 5 minutes left. Okay. Let's do everything that we can. I want to at least finish Marcel. It's 5 minutes. Should make that a little bit darker. Okay. What's everyone gonna do after this? I'm gonna find something to watch. Probably play more Minecraft. That's all I've been doing. I did work earlier today, but you know how it is. New Minecraft update came out. And all I've been doing is just playing Trial Chambers forever. Right. There we go. I do think it would be fun to stream Minecraft, but then I'd have to start a whole new world, which actually I do all the time anyway. But you know, when you're working in a world where like you've got all the resources you need and stuff like that, going back to like one where you don't, it's kind of exhausting. Just glad it's summer. I mean, it's not like I don't have to work during the summer, but it is nice to have summer. When you're an academic, summer work hours are a lot more flexible in terms of when you work. That's nice, at least if you're not teaching summer classes, which, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. We're almost there, we're almost at the time. Definitely not going to finish this before time that I intended to end stream. Oops. But we're getting there, we're getting close. Well, not even close, but that's okay. We're getting close to our goal for today. Just getting everyone but Laios colored and getting at least these characters, getting a fair number of these characters down. I'm definitely going to need to do at least 1 or 2 more streams of this to get all the characters that I need. Okay. You tell I'm getting a bit rushed. I gotta rest my wrist soon. Purple tunnel is no joke. Take care of your wrist. Should be doing stretch breaks probably, just to make sure that I'm getting my wrist muscles stretched enough. Which I'm probably not. Who is talking to me? I'm getting yelled at about my wrist. It's okay. It's fine. I am a strong and independent cryptid. I do what I want. Oh shoot, it's past. I'm gonna finish Marcel. I'm gonna finish Marcel because I'm almost done. And then I'm gonna call it for tonight. Okay. Ah! Wait. There we go. Okay. Almost there. Ah! Actually, does Marcel even... I don't think she does. Doesn't have the highlights like Chilchuck does. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. To get... Nope! There we go. Alright. Call that done for today. Oh, big stretch. Okay. Whoa. Alright. Okay. Thank you all for coming. It was lovely having you. And I guess I'll set up a stream sometime later this or next week to keep working on this. Take care, y'all. I hope that you are getting plenty of rest, and I will talk to you later. Bye!